Welcome to this short video clip on collecting like terms. Collecting like terms is at the very start of understanding algebra, so we're going to go through and hopefully make that quite a bit simpler for you. Okay, so we'll dive straight in. Okay, now algebra being where we use letters in place of unknown numbers. Okay, so if we imagine here, okay, we see here, not imagine here, but we can see here that I've got x plus x plus x plus x. Well, instead of imagining those as letters or unknown numbers, let's think of them as objects. So if I've got one sweet, I've got another sweet, another sweet, and another sweet. Well, I've got 4 of them in total. So I've got 4, and remember, they're sweet. So I've got 4 lots of x in this on this occasion. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 4x. Okay. Now, number 2, okay, again, imagine these are sweets or objects or things. I've got 5 R's or 5 of, let's say, sweets again, so 5 sweets, and I take away 2 sweets. Well, what am I left with? Well, I'll have a look at the numbers. 5 take away 2, well, that's 3. And remember, the R's, they don't disappear. Unless the number is 0, they don't disappear. So I'm left with 3 sweets. So really nice and straightforward. Okay, now we move on to something slightly different, slightly trickier. We've got a few things here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather the like terms. I'm going to collect the like terms here. This is what we mean by collecting like terms when we see something like this. Okay, this is typically what we mean. So I've got 2m take away 6n plus 5n plus 3m. Okay, a lot of people look at that and it's quite confusing, but let's imagine they're not letters. Let's imagine they are things. Okay, so I've got 2 Maltesers, take away 6 nuts, plus 5 nuts, plus another 3 Maltesers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this. So I've got all of my m's together and all of my n's together. So I'm going to rewrite this as 2m or 2 Maltesers plus 3 Maltesers. So I've got that one and that one sorted. Okay, then I'm going to take away, that's really important that that take away sign is there because it is part of that 6n. The symbol in front, it belongs with the term that goes after it. So it's minus 6n or 6 nuts plus 5n. Okay, there we go. Right, so now I have rearranged them in an order. Okay, now I can only add or subtract together the same things. Can't add and subtract things that don't go together. So, watch. I can only add and subtract the m's, the Maltesers. I've got 2 Maltesers plus 3 Maltesers. Well, that gives me 5 Maltesers. Okay, and here I've got negative 6n plus 5n. So I've got negative 6 plus 5, which is minus 1n. So my final answer is 5m take away n. Remember, we don't write the 1, we're lazy mathematicians. Here we don't need to write the 1 because if there is no number in front of the letter, we just assume it is 1. Okay, so we're going to see that again. Okay, just so you can see what to do. So I've got R's and S's. Okay, first step, write them out so that all the R's and all the S's are next to each other. So I've got negative 4R, okay, or negative 4 Rolos. Take away another 2 Rolos. Okay, plus a Smartie, and then take away 3 Smarties. Okay, so if I gather them together, so the R's, so I've got negative 4R, take away 2R, so I've got negative 4, take away 2, well that's negative 6 Rolos, or R's. and then I've got plus a Smarty, take away 3 Smarties. So I've got 1 Smarty, and if I take away 3, well, I'm into my negative numbers now, so it's negative 2 Smarties. So my final answer is negative 6R, take away 2S. And it's all about collecting things that are the same. So remember, the R's, they've got to be written next to each other, and then they're gathered together. The S's, they're separate. Okay, they get gathered together because they're S's. Okay, they're not R's, they don't go together, they have to be kept separate. Okay, and that is the key thing about collecting like terms.